Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am excited to be here on this Saturday sip, and we are going to be doing some paper pumpkin alternatives today. Yay, I know everybody loves paper pumpkin alternatives, so that is exciting. So let me know when you pop on, say hello, tell me where you're from, and all that kind of stuff. So, if you do not know what Paper Pumpkin is, this is Stampin' Up! Subscription program where you get a box in the mail. It's always a surprise. We get a little sneak peek, but it's always a surprise what we're going to get. And this one that came this month, the month of January 2023, was Valentine-y kind of set. So, and also I want to mention this for those of you who pre-order your paper pumpkins and you like to buy them in batches. Remember that there's only one celebration this year, January and February. So if you're used to buying 6 months at a time to get the celebration bonus amounts, you might want to go for the 1 year if that's what you're doing for the 12-month. So if you have questions about that, let me know. I'll check back later and answer in the comments. But anyway, there we go. So this is how it comes. It comes wrapped in plastic. It'll have your name on it. This is the standard box. Sometimes we get pretty fancy boxes that you want to like save forever, but these are pretty cute too. So I think they're adorable. So when you open it up, everything comes wrapped in with cardstock and a cello pack. And so you start with your instructions, shows you the projects. This one makes 9 cards, 3 of 3 designs. And then on the inside, it kind of starts out by telling you what do you need. So for each card, and it tells you whether it needs Stampin' Dimensionals or if it needs the glue dots, which are included. The difference is, let me see if I can show you guys this. Let me zoom, because zooming, it gets you a little better lighting. So, the black dots mean that's where the little glue dots go, or you can use your own adhesive. When you see that they look like this, that's telling you to use the dimensionals, okay? So you know the difference there. It also tells you how much ribbon to cut, and there's a ruler along the side. So you can have everything set up and ready to go, and then it gives you instructions on how to start putting it all together. In the back, shows you everything that comes with it. There's an add-on this month, which I will show you. The little add-on box is so stinking cute, and some alternatives. And it always tells you the colors that coordinate with the stamp kit, this kit. This one's coordinating colors are Calypso Coral, Fresh Freesia, Mango Melody, and Petal Pink. So, it comes with a little spot. This one happens to be in Fresh Freesia. I'll be using my big ink pad today. It comes with some Baker's Twine in Calypso Coral. And like I said, it comes with the glue dots and the dimensionals. So you are ready if you don't own anything. And if it's your first paper pumpkin, it comes with a D block, which is not our regular big fancy D blocks. It's thinner, but it's a nice block if you're getting started. It'll help you out. So there were, I believe, 3 pages of this, and 1 page with all the labels, a page with these pieces on it that are part of a background, which I will show you. 3 vellum sheets that have a big circle, a long label, and then this label. So you get 3 sheets of that. And then this one had 3 different designs of cards. So there's this one, this pops out, that one, and that one. And then look at these envelopes. The envelopes are just the cutest, right? Aren't they cute? So I'm going to show you an alternative that I did using the envelope. So I'll keep that out. So that's what comes in your kit. Oh, and it's the stamp set, which I have over here. I have some of the stamps out, but you can see it comes with some really great stuff. You hold the key to my heart. Love is the key to my Valentine. I love you. This is a little keyhole. This has the keyhole, so I don't know if it's to color in on the inside. I haven't used it, but it's really cute. So that is the stamp set that comes with it. All right, so move my box out of the way. And we are going to talk about the cards that they suggest that you make. So this is one of the suggested cards. I think it's very cute with the 3 locks and this, and then the big bow of baker's twine. I never really do this, but I was doing it exactly like they said, which I usually do that with paper pumpkin. And then this one, this has the vellum piece on it. It's hard to see, but I've stamped, as per the instructions, I stamped some of those, the hearts from the stamp set on here. And then this one, look how cute is that? And then they open it up and you have room to write down here. Isn't that cute? So the cards that come as the kit are always stinking cute. They're always really cute. But of course I made some alternatives. So I'm gonna make one with you. So let me grab my pieces here. So what I did was, with the envelope, I cut the envelope apart. It was kind of like this. All right, so if you look inside the envelope, it's got the color all the way. There's not any on the opposite side of this, but all of this side has this on it. So I very carefully just trimmed off the edges right here, and then I cut it off, you know, here. That after I did that and had it opened up, that's when I cut this piece. And let me put that over there. And then I've got this piece, which is the flap of the envelope, and then I have this little extra piece right here. And I'm going to use all of those pieces. So let me start with the easy part. Here's the envelope. It's got the sticky glue, right? It's already got it, so when you lick it, you can close your envelope. But I didn't want to do it right up on top because I wanted it to tuck down a little bit more inside the envelope. So I'm grabbing my liquid glue. Of course, you can use the glue dots that come in the kit. And I am just adding some glue. Now with this, you want to be careful how you put it in because you don't want to seal your envelope shut. So I'm sliding it in, and I'm sliding it so that this is kind of below this sticky. So it almost has 2 rows now of sticky. But then when it's closed, so you find the seal. So see, now it kind of tucks down in. You can end up kind of seeing it here, but not really. You'll put your return address on in a stamp. But then it looks like a fully lined envelope when it isn't. But you still then have a matching envelope because some people worry about that. Then I don't have the matching envelopes. Hi, Crystal. But now you do. So then I took a piece of Gable Green, Granny Apple Green. I'm sorry, this is Granny Apple Green. And I cut it 4 1/4 by 11. So it was already 11 at 8 1/2, right? So I cut it in half this way. I forgot to score it, and I'm not close to my cutter with the score tool, so I'm faking it. Hi, Claudia. Is it warm in Hot Springs, Arkansas? I know it's pretty cold here in Michigan. We're expecting more snow. Yay, said nobody ever. Okay, that's not true. Some people really like the snow. Okay, so now I have these pieces, right? So I'm going to take, I know this is going to be a sideways card, landscape. So I'm going to put this key on here, I'm just going to give it a little bit of an edge, and this is going to go on the inside of my card. So I'm just going to put a quick strip of adhesive. So see, this way you're not wasting any of that envelope that you cut up. Well, I guess you're wasting this one flap, but you could use it. I'm going to take notes on it. That's about it. Okay, so now I've got that, and it's a little bit longer. So I'm just going to grab my snips and trim off this tiny little edge here. There. And now I can glue that to the inside of my card. If you wanted to stamp a sentiment on your card on the inside, or a pretty design like this lock would be pretty on there from the stamp set. Then I'm just going to center this. That's why I love the liquid glue. A little bit of time to move it and get it where you want it. Okay, so now I've got the inside done. Now for the outside, I am going to put this on, but I'm trying to remember what I decided to do. Oh, best laid plans. I have a piece of basic white cut. Oh, here it is. Nope. What was I going to do with this one, you guys? Oh, I know. Okay, never mind. I know now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Hey, oh, it's 50s in there, so it's not as warm in Hot Springs. It's not so hot there. Hi, Sherry. Thanks for watching, you guys. I love having you here. Okay, so I love how this is faded. It's very cool, in my opinion. So now I want to put these two on here, and I am going to put them on dimensionals, but I want to tie them together. So what I have found is, if I use up my dimensionals that I already have, if I put my dimensionals on this one, I put it like so, and then on this one it needs either the smaller dimensionals or pieces of dimensionals, and I do have my little dimensionals here. So I'm going to put a small one right there. And then this is thin, but I want some dimensionals on there. So I'm going to see, I'm actually going to do this. See how it's thick right here? I'm going to trim that. And I'm going to use parts of that. So we'll start with this one. You guys use every bit of your dimensionals, right? You don't leave anything, throw them out like they used to do in the old days. I don't know what people were thinking back then. The old days. Back, like, 15, 20 years ago when I used to crop, and dimensionals were done differently. They weren't by, not the Stampin' Up! Ones, some other people's, whoever made them. But there was always leftover pieces. So now I know that I'm going to want those there, but I want to string them together. So in order to make it easier on myself, I've pre-stuck that one, but I'm not going to pre-stick this one yet. And I'm going to grab what's left of my gold here in this Simply Elegant trim. I'm almost out of it. And I'm just going to, I just want to circle. And you see it wants to circle all by itself, which kind of makes it easy to decide where you're going to cut it. So I'm going to cut it right there. Make my little circle. And this is kind of, it can be stubborn when you want to put it together. So I am going to put it through that loop. And the reason I have that down is it just makes it easier for me. I don't have to try and hold both pieces. I can just hold one. And then I'm going to actually tuck these under here, which, okay, best laid plans. I knew I had a plan for this, and now it's not doing what I want it to. Because I want these to be under here, but I need to lift and grab my tape. Hang on. This worked really good when I was planning it in my head. You know how that goes. You're planning stuff in your head. Put that piece of tape on the back of that. So I am going to lift this up, which, yes, I realize that that probably would have been easier to do when it wasn't stuck. But this just works for me. I'm just kind of an unusual kind of person. I don't know what to tell you. I just am. And now it's not working. Dang it. I had it all planned out. Best laid plans, like I said. All right. So let me show you what my plan was that isn't working the way I thought. I'm taking this little bit of tape and I'm folding it over, but I'm leaving some of the sticky part of the tape so that I can then wind it behind. That's what I forgot. I had it pre-taped. That's why my brain wasn't getting it. Then I can tuck it back here where nobody can see. That I didn't tie it. Because sometimes when you tie it, you end up with a big knot. Does that make sense? So there. Now they are hooked together. And I can, that's not exactly where I wanted it though. Put it up there. There. Now I can unhook, remove the papers. You guys, seriously. Did I mention that I'm not the perfect Stampin' Up! Demonstrator? Did I mention that once or twice or 10,000 times? So I'm just real. Hey, things happen. So then at this point, because I've got this one balanced, I can decide if I want to stretch this or leave it a little bit loose. And I'm going to leave it a little bit loose and just set it up there. Looks like my dimensional moved a little bit, but and then I've got, hang on, surgery. That's what happened. You stuck there. Tuck you back where you belong. There we go. So that was a lot of work for a really simple project, but now you can see how that goes together. And then I pre-stamped the You Hold the Key to My Heart, and I punched it with our punch. This is called the Banner Pick-a-Punch. I used this one. Maybe see it easier here. And I also used a piece of our gold paper. It's in the annual catalog, the gold paper. And I'm going to just center-ish that. Now you definitely want to, when you're using a shiny paper like this, some kind of a foil paper, you're going to want to hold it for a minute so that it adheres, because it's going to take it a little bit more of a second to hook on there. And then some more dimensionals. And this is a pretty simple card if you don't like stress yourself out with the, with the trim, the elegant trim, you'll be fine. And then I'm just going to set that right there. But I love using the envelopes. And you see, I used every part that I cut off for this card. So I think it's kind of cool. I hope you guys like it. And I just thought this background paper was so perfect for this sentiment. It just seemed to work. And look at how beautifully it matches the colors in here. Now I did stamp this in black. I had tried stamping it in the fresh freesia, but I didn't like it as much. It was too pale. So that's why I decided to go ahead and use the black. So there's one alternative. And then I have another. So I did this card, and what I did was, this is the keyhole from this card because it comes with that in it. And I thought, man, that looks like a vase. I'm not the only one who thought it looked like a vase. A lot of people did. And I wanted to use this flower, and this flower comes from the Dainty Delight bundle. Okay, it's this one right here. And it was just, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to shorten it. So I trimmed it off, and here's the piece that I trimmed off so you guys can see. I trimmed it off, and then all I did was I sponged it with Petal Pink to give it some dimension. I used, if you look careful, I used my blender pen to make a little half circle there. And then before I attached it, I kind of folded it to give it some dimension, and then I used dimensionals in the center to hold it up. So it could be like that. So I'm going to kind of sort of remake this card, but not quite the same. I just want to show you how I did this. So I have, this time I'm going to do it on, I'm going to use this card base, and I've got a piece of basic white, and I need my foam mat. And this is just a scrap, and then I'm using Versamark because I'm going to emboss it in gold. I don't know if you guys can tell if it's showing, but that is embossed in gold. So it matches the gold on the background, and I wanted this one too as well. So, oops, I forgot my embossing buddy. If you use your embossing buddy, and you know we have that awesome embossing kit right now that comes with so much. Oh, it's so awesome. So that's going to keep the static away when I put on my embossing powder. So I know you can't really barely even see it, but I'm going to go over to my little drawer where I keep, just so you guys see, I have those little drawer things, and that's where I keep my embossing powders. I just dump them in the drawer, and I love having the drawer. Love it, love it, love it. And they were just cheap, you know. I don't think dollar store, but probably like Target or something. They weren't very expensive. And then I'm just going to heat set this. Pardon my noise while I do that. I love watching heat setting. I don't know about you guys, but I really like watching it. I'm not sure how well you guys will be able to see this on camera. Even I have to kind of tilt a lot in order to see it start moving into the gold. There it goes. Whoops. It's pulling my... Okay. Apparently I can't emboss and talk at the same time. Alright, do I have it all? I'm not sure. Pardon me when my light fell over here. That didn't help. Sorry, my embossing gun is pulling on my light, so I had to move over a little bit. I don't really have it set up to emboss on camera. Alright. Okay, so there it is. It's all beautifully embossed. This one I did with Balmy Blue and Old Olive. So this one I'm actually going to use Fresh Freesia. I believe that's what I grabbed. Yep. And I am going to use the light. I may decide to go dark, but I'm going to start with the light, and I'm going to use the pointy end to color in the flowers. Now, that one you'll barely be able to see, but there are some flowers on the tips of these stems here. And I'm trying to not color onto the embossing part, because it can color it a little bit, and I want it to stay gold if I can. Oops, no, that's a leaf. Okay, so there I've got all of my flowers, and now I'm going to take the light mint macaron, and I'm going to do the same thing on the little leaves. Super simple, especially when you're using the pointy edge, because once you emboss, it kind of holds everything in place, sorta. So, you know, you can't really mess it up too bad. I mean, I could because it's me, but in general, you can usually get it to go pretty well. But look at how pretty that looks when it's colored and embossed. It's just really pretty. So now this this stamp set comes with, in a bundle, with all of these dies. These dies are gorgeous. You've probably seen some cards done with that. I still need to make some. So I'm going to grab this off. I have to show you guys too. Remember I lost that little tiny die? I went ahead and I ordered this on Amazon. It's magnetic. So I won't lose my dies anymore. But I mean, it is magnetic. So see, I mean, it did not want to let it go. But I wanted to show you guys that because I keep it now over by my my cutting machine. Now this will fit through the mini cut and emboss, which I was using, and I don't know where I put it. Golly, do you guys do that? Do you guys like go crazy in your room and you don't know where you put stuff away? Oh look, that's funny. You know where I put it, you guys? I put it away. I put it away where it belongs. Yeah, that's a first. Everything is everywhere down here because, you know, creativity is messy. I mean, you know, it is. So let me get my mini cut and emboss machine. This is the awesome machine that you can get as part of your kit during celebration. You know, normally when you sign up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator or hobby shopper, you pay $99 for $125 worth of product. Well, right now, it's $99 for $175 worth of product, which is an amazing, amazing deal. So if you're planning on some shopping, email me, text me, or just go right to MemoryINKers.com and join. There will be a tab there for you to join. $99, $175 worth of product. But if you want to add the mini cut and emboss machine, it's $129. You're getting this at more than half price because I believe it's a $65 item. So it's a pretty good deal, and you can get it in white or a new in color that is coming out called Boho Blue, which is really cute. This is a limited edition, so if you decide to get this one, not everybody's going to have it, so lucky you. Demonstrators were allowed to order it. I did not, because I have one and I'm frugal, so I did not. So and I love that Stampin' Up! Is giving you options. You can just spend the $99 and get $175. If you don't want a cutting machine, or you have a cutting machine, you don't need to get it, although this little one is awesome. But you have the option of stepping up to get this for another $30. And like I said, it's a $65 item. Then they give you the choice of, do you want the white or do you want the boho blue? It's awesome. So when you get your machine, you're going to get all of these cutters, okay? Technically, you're supposed to use the one with the twos. With the twos are the clear plates. I found that in my machine, I need to use three with the twos. I can't, it doesn't work good for me with the one. And then you have the one for the embossing, because there are small embossing folders. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, so you get all of that. So I'm going to put mine together. The other thing we recommend is that you stagger your plates a little bit. You know, you stagger them out when you go through, and it just makes, and that's true of the big machine and pretty much all the machines. Back when we had the other machine, I did that too. So I am going to put this on here with the, I lost the die. Why? Because I took it out. Remember? And I put it back, I think. I did. Seriously. I was so excited about showing you guys this that I forgot that I needed this. Ah! Oh my golly. Yep. I don't know. I worked out today, so I'm gonna on my new Total Gym. So I'm gonna blame it on that, okay? Can I just blame it on that? Okay, so now I've got that set on there. Sometimes I'll use something to hold it in place, like a Post-it note or something. But then see how easily that just runs through? And I staggered my plates probably more than I needed to, but, you know, habit. And then it's so cute and little, and this is usually on my desk, which is why I was surprised, because the rest of my area is not clean. So I was a little surprised that I put this away. I don't know what happened, but I did. All right, so now I have it cut out, and it looks so stinking cute. I'm going to put that away before I lose it. Okay, so I've got that part ready. And so that's going to go on here. And I see I cut it off a little bit crooked. It's a little bit off like that. So, you know, here's something I'm going to do, because I should have done it before I cut it out, but I didn't. That's a lot of white, and I don't want the white. Personally, that's just my thing. So I am going to grab my I forgot to grab some stuff. So I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to grab my fresh freesia. We'll see how this works. Experiments in the making, right? And I'm just going to color lightly the background. I'm not going to get nuts with it. I'm just going to try to take off some of the stark white of it. And I just kind of like how it worked. See, this was really off. I missed something, so I'm gonna trim this part a little bit. I never toss these because, you know, it happens, and I totally missed one of the sticks coming off here. Totally missed it. So, poof, nobody will know except you guys. Except people who I just knocked something over that I probably need. Story of my life. Okay. So see, now it's not quite as stark white, and I don't know. Do you guys like it better? Give me some thumbs up, some hearts or whatever. Tell me, do you like that a little better so that it's a little less stark on the background? It kind of blends it a little bit. I'm hoping you guys like it. So let me see what fell. Yep. Okay. All right. So now I need a sentiment for this. So one of the things with kits that I like to do is use my Stamparatus. Now the funny thing is I'm not using one of the cut pieces. I did when I stamped these pieces here. I used my Stamparatus to get it and with the labels, and I'll show you guys the trick that I did. So I already have this set up. So what I did was I stamped this image, okay, here, and then I just put it on there, and I've left it here, and then I did the I love you. If you look at this I love you, it's a little off, it looks blurry. That's because when I first stamped it, the darker one, it was this way too much. So I just moved it over a little bit to test it out. So here's what I'm doing. I've got this on this plate, and I'm going to ink that up and press it. Oh, shoot. Well, that's great. I know it functions, but I actually have this cut out, and I saved it. So I'm going to put that little piece in there. I cut a whole bunch of these. I think I told you guys this before. But I use these a lot, so I just one day sat here with my mini cut and emboss machine and watching TV, probably Pride and Prejudice or something. And I did a lot of cutouts of things that I use a lot. All right, so let's try that again. So I put that in the hole, the negative piece. that I saved from when I die cut out all of those circles. Now when I put now when I put this on here, see, now I've got a nice and pretty section, and it's exactly where I want it. So now I'm going to close that. I'm going to flip it over. And don't worry about all of this ink. It's going to come off, and it's not going to affect your project with the Stamparatus. And the Stamparatus comes with 2 of these plates. You guys have seen me use my Stamparatus a lot. How many of you have a Stamparatus? Let's see some thumbs up, some hearts. If you don't, you should. It is my favorite tool. It's my favorite tool. Yay, I see some hearts. It is the best tool. I love it. So then I've got the I love you. And if you were making, now see, that stuck a little bit. So if you were worried about that, you could put a little temporary adhesive right in here, and that would hold your spot in case you mess it up. But look at how perfect. Now that I love you is centered where I want it to be. And I could make a bunch of these now if I were doing like a bunch of cards for friends, or yeah, because I love my friends. So I have that, and let's see, was there something else I was going to put on this? I don't think it was. I think it was going to be pretty simple. I'm looking to see if I'm missing something. Oh, yes, I had it here. I had it. Oh, you guys, I know you love me, so that helps me. All right, let me just grab another one. I'll find it as soon as I'm done. It was the little piece from the vellum right here. So I'm going to put that on to this, which I think is really cute, but it's still not super adorable, right? So I'm going to start with putting this on with some mini dimensionals. Now, regular dimensionals come in your kit, but you can cut them. Mini dimensionals. I know I have them. Oh, here they are, right in front of me. Right in front of me, girls. I have some other alternatives, so don't go away, because I did some fun stuff with the regular cards, but I wanted to for sure craft with you guys today. And I'm just going to put a bunch of these on here. And for this bottom piece down here, I'm going to cut I think I just got some more spam mail. I've been getting so much spam mail. It's ridiculous. And spam texts about all of my, programs that need correction, or I've got a hot date, or do you want one? Hello, happily married people. What's the deal? So, I don't know. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick it down. I like using my take your pick tool, but it's not handy, so scissor tips work sometimes. Not as good. Come on. Come off, come off. There we go, and I'm getting another one. I don't know what it is. Okay. So we're going to put that on there, right there, just so it's sticking up onto this trellisy looking thing. And this, I am going to take some of the beautiful, and now at first I thought, oh, do I really want to do this? Because it's green, it's orange, and everything else is a lavender color. But I decided, yes, I am. So I'm going to do one of those funky little circle-y things that people do that look like a giant mess. And usually, let's all hold our breath, usually come out looking really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little piece of tear and tape. This is how I do it. Sometimes it's very successful. Sometimes it is not successful at all. And I'm going to put that right there because that's about where the I love you, I think, is going to go. So let me take the transfer off. So now I have a nice sticky spot for my twine. And it already wants to go into kind of a figure 8 look. So one of these is too long. Hang on. So we're going to put those there, and then I'm going to just twist it up, spread them out a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead, and I want this to stay on the vellum. You can use your adhesive, your liquid adhesive, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some tear and tape on here also. I put that right in the center of my vellum, which you probably can't see very well, but it's there. And then my sentiment, I think that is centered-ish. There we go. And then I'm going to put it all up on dimensionals. I'm going to use some of my ends here, because why not? And then I will have this card finished. Oops, crooked. It's crooked. There we go. So I could have made these longer. I mean, you could probably play with it a little bit and stretch them out if you wanted to. Or at least loosen them up so they look a little messier. It's all a process, right, when we're creating. So there, that looks good. And there is the card, and it was kind of similar to this one, but a little bit different. My I love you is still crooked. Okay. Let me play with that. There we go. That's a little better. So that there are a couple of my alternatives. So far you have 3 alternatives, right? The envelope card, okay, with the decorated inside. So there's those, and these are the ones I showed you. Well, I showed you these 2 on camera. And now I'm going to show you some fun ideas. When I was looking at my kit and putting things together, I was looking at when you pull out the little locks, you pop out these pieces right here, right? You pop them out. And they were all over my desk, and I'm like, you know, some of them look like a shield. What can I do with it? What can I do with it? And so I was playing, and I grabbed a note card, and I made this. They are all just glued down. They're all the ones I've popped out. It's not perfectly centered or anything. I probably could have been a little neater with it, but I just think it's fun. And it's just a little, you are amazing, because don't those look like plaques you would get if you won awards? So my daughter actually just got, I know my daughter, you guys, her health is just, I don't even know what's going on. I really thought that it was over for her. And she's doing really well right now, so I'm very happy about it. So she is amazing, and she just got this like amazing job, and so that made me think of her. Then I wanted to show you guys, this is the box that's the alternative that you can get, and it'll hold a little bit of candy. Not a whole lot, but it'll hold little bits of candy inside. Now there is a trick when you get it. It kind of comes packaged like this. And it comes with labels that are sticky labels, and keys that are sticky keys. And 2 sizes of these. It's very hard to see because it's a very slight difference. So can you see this is where this one ends? This is the bottom box. How did I find that out? I made 2 the same size and found they wouldn't go inside each other. So, so if you ordered this, that's what's going on. You're probably smarter than me and did not have that problem. But I just think these are really cute. These are really great thing to, of course, if you have kids in school. And there's all kinds of alternatives you could do with tearing this box apart. I mean, honestly, these hearts are really cute. They would be great for wedding showers or weddings. I mean, you'd have to buy a lot of them probably for a wedding, but you know, all those little trinket boxes and stuff that you put out. Okay, so then I liked this key, so I decided to do a card with the key, and I used the sticky keys. Now, one of the things I had to do was I had to cut it here. So you can, if you look close, you can see that I've added that little tooth back in there. But I wanted this to hang, and you notice that the heart is off center when it's closed, but I creased it, I folded it, and then I put a piece of our gold shiny paper on dimensionals. And so now when it sets up, you guys can't really see it because it's laying flat, but then the key floats and the heart is in the center. So the way I did that was I held it like this when I was putting the heart in, so I could see where it would go. Because if I'd have centered it like this, it would have been too far over. But see, then it can sit on somebody's desk and the key can float with the heart back there. So those are my paper pumpkin alternatives. I hope that you guys like them and that you enjoyed this little Saturday sip. And I will be back on Tuesday. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate that you liked my cards. So have a blessed and wonderful weekend, everybody. Bye. Oh, don't forget to share this video and comment below that you shared to be in a drawing. If you're watching this on somebody's shared video and you want to watch me live, you need to go to facebook.com/MemoryInkers. Shopping is at MemoryInkers.com. That's my Stampin' Up! Website. This is my email at gmail.com. And here's my hostess code, QC46T23R. Oh, I almost forgot to promote my business. I was having too much fun. Okay, you guys, see you Tuesday. Bye.